Hello beautifuls, my name's Epic Treasure. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, consider liking and commenting and subscribing. You can recommend or suggest any builds. I have a few in mind. And if you're revisiting, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much to members to make this content possible. So that being said, come join the Discord channel, link in the description below, and Pocket Pair every time they put out any important updates or skins or anything like that, it's spat out to one of the channels in there too, so you will never miss out. This one is a tough build. There will be a tutorial on this, and it's going to be very challenging because the terrain, if you try to build here, is probably one of the biggest nightmare builds ever. But I have endured, and this one is better than the other one that I created previously for many reasons, and we're going to go through that. Most of this base obviously has the Japanese sort of theme to it. It's pretty well balanced in regards to symmetry for the most part. There's some anomalies off on the wings of each side. With the boundaries, etc., these are ones that you can do without, so you can bring the base in by one if you want to. If you have decay turned off, then you won't have to worry about it at all. I have decay turned off, so it's not a problem with me, but you can just pull it in by one square if you want to. It's just really these front areas. As you can see, if we fly over the top, it's just cutting off that, and it's just cutting off that, and that's really it. So there's no problem there at all that I find. So with this build, there's a few little tips and tricks along the way, including half walls, which you can do on Xbox or PlayStation or console without, or PC without having to mod anything. There's no mods in this build whatsoever. And I'm sure that you'll thoroughly enjoy the sort of coziness of this build. What I wanted to do with this one is have this Hexolite as the main feature, because it's the only place with 3 Hexolite ores in one spot. Yes, you can have multiple bases that sort of cover, 3 or more, etc., but this is one base that covers 3 ores together. This is sort of the meta Hexolite base, and it's quite unfortunate. The location is unfortunate, but I've fixed all that up. Don't look for a second. Shut your eyes for a minute. We need to have a sleep to make the sun come back up. So this base is ugly for other reasons too, which I am remedying at the moment. It's the first thing I actually did when looking at the base. Now, don't look again. I'm going to walk backwards through here. Actually, I can go out here. So this is the main reason, or second reason, why it's an ugly location, is around here we have this horrible Mad Max stuff. So at the moment I am filling this in. It's like a movie prop basically, with this facade to cover it up. So when you're looking at your base, you don't have to see the ugliness behind it. It looks like a whole sort of town. Sneaky pants. But the main feature that we have that comes up is the triple stairs from the pathway down the bottom. And then most of the features around this have a lot of the lights. So these are doors with the lights on them. I like them because they're sort of self-powered, which is nice. And then we enter this really beautiful, cozy kingdom, if you will. We have a walkway down here. Now you can decorate this however you like with, rugs or whatever, lanterns, etc., bookshelves, chairs, anything cozy. I might decorate this one later and have a different video, but it'll take too long if I sort of stuck it in this one, which you don't want to do that. So we have the main feature here, which is the triple Hexolite ores that respawn quite often. And then up here we have this lovely deck area with the PAL beds, and hidden behind the wall is 3 cauldrons. So at night time we see this pumping green energy, this hue that's behind there, and it looks amazing because behind that is like a stone foundation, so it has this black sort of backing to it, which is really cool. So over this section here we have our own little vendor, so we can buy stuff from this vendor. If you don't know how to do that, check the channel on vendors and how to catch them and how to assign them. And this is his little world, so we can buy things from him, whatever he has that we want, including food items, which this whole base is kind of based around, is having it in all in one base. And in order to have an all-in-one base, you really need to have a breeding facility, obviously, but the main ingredients for breeding are the ones for the cake. And cake ingredients are flour, milk, eggs, berries, and honey. And no vendors have honey at this point in time. So this base has a beehive, and you'll have 30,000 honey in no time. So it's just a perpetual sort of factory of honey, which is just amazing. So usually I would have a vendor here that sells the milk, that sells the eggs, that sells the wheat, etc. And we have all the ingredients we need to make the cakes. It's just actually cooking them, which takes no time. So up here we have the tier 2 ore mining. You grab that. We have the 2 furnaces next to that. I wanted to keep everything sort of central to the furnaces and to the gold coin machine, because that's what enables us to buy all of the materials we need to make the cake. So here we've got 5,491 to pump off, and then we've got money for the vendor. Instead of having barnyards and ranches and ranches and ranches just to make the eggs and just to make the milk, you know, to maintain all these creatures that make these things, it's easier just to buy them from the vendor and have him bound to the shop downstairs. Yeah, I got super nerdy with this. So the main part, we'll just jump back down here from the entrance coming in, goes up these double stairs. There's a hot spring on the side. I just wanted to have that on the grass. You could probably have nice like little tables and chairs there. And up here we see the PAL box, and then on the right we have a few different plantations. You can put whatever you want there. And then right there we have the mill. So this one is for our cake making. So we get our buddy to spin that as soon as we buy the wheat off the vendor. Then he'll spin it, and then we'll have the material for that. Then there's just one chest over there. I didn't need any more than that. And then over here we have the monitoring stand, and then the guild chest. The guild chest is so amazing. If you don't have that, this is something you want to make a beeline for. The guild chest basically acts as an ender chest. If you play Minecraft, basically it accesses, it's a universal chest that accesses all the inventory that's in it from any base that you've got. So if I put that metal detector in there now and I go to a different base, the metal detector will be accessible to me. It only works with these guild chests. So that's those. I've got a big long red carpet that runs along here, and all this sort of lovely decoration here, aligning those with the sort of snapping tool that's available. And that's just by, for example, if you don't know this, grabbing, say, the wooden bench, and let's find a space where I can put her. We put it down here like this, then we get another bench, and then we hold the right trigger down while our crosshairs go on the edge of the bench, and then it lines them up like that. But the whole tutorial go into all those sort of tips and tricks. This is a really nice feature that I added at the end, and it's the bee is manning the bar. This has got 2 of the new ovens, well, new at the time that I made this, 2 ovens there, so we just grab those, or 878 of those, bang. And then there's sort of lanterns that I've scattered on top of these, and like a little table and chair set with the PAL food in there, so I don't think we need 8,000 of them. So we'll just split those up and dump some of those in. But another hot tip is make sure you put all of your food in the guild chest, because it keeps them sort of frozen in time. They don't spoil ever. So you don't need to put things in a fridge, just put them in the guild chest and you're good. So over here I dropped down the roof so it was a little bit more cozy. Up inside these roof parts, there's 2 there's 2 panes of glass, but there's also lighting around the place too, to sort of have this sort of subtle, look at those eggs going nuts, subtle kind of light to sort of scatter across the place. Over here we have this cute little lounge area which looks out onto now the sort of movie set style feature. There's the the research lab there, and also the sphere production line. I have to put another bench along here. We'll just ignore that for now. And here we have the bedroom. So the bedroom has another little couch with the deer scare in there, and a view out to the beyond with that too. So all around here has those Japanese sliding doors with the lights, and I just scattered vines over that too. So then we go up to the next level. We've got the little statue here, some plants here, and then we have the that's a sphere assembly line. Below us we've got the chopping station. You know what I'm talking about. So up here we can build, for example, build the weapon assembly line, because I don't really use it. So we can put that, you know, we don't want it hanging out the building. Put it there like that. And then we need to build that production line downstairs. So this part runs across there. We're not going to show you that yet though. Let's just get our helper out. Build that, buddy. So that's this sort of wing part of it. And that's the other thing we need to build, is just that production assembly line, which is here. We'll spin that around. And nice on there. And I wanted to have that sort of wooden sort of runway along there, because I just found that having that feature is very important. But also with this build, I didn't want any wood on the outskirts of it, if I could help it, just because things catch on fire. They do, and it's just very unfortunate to happen. So we don't want that to occur. So this is the part that runs past those Hexolite ores, and it runs out here where our power stations are, and also the PAL Essence machine. And then we go up here, we have the big building. This is the beehive in here. Gone full nerd. So just dump everything off there. And so around here, we have the first level, and the first level is the breeding pen. Now this is going to be in the tutorial. It's a little bit of fiddle faddling around, but I've got the dimensions right for you to be able to do this. So the breeding pens are usually horrific to build because they are about 3 stories high. But this one I built through, like floors through it, which is very cool. So that's our breeding pen, and it works fine. The second level, we have a bee, part of the beehive there. So let me just go up again. So the bees will be there. And then this next level. Now, if you want to see how much honey they make, then just make sure you have no pals that do transporting. Like Anubis there is going nuts, taking all the honey away. So then we have the next floor, and then the next floor. So the beehive is probably the most important part, I think, of this build and of the 7.0 all-in-one base build, because it gives you everything you need to make those cakes. So what I'll do now is we'll go assign, make sure nobody's doing transportation, so we can see all the honey in all its glory. Okay, so we've got no transporters there. So nobody will be grabbing that honey, so we're just pumping like nuts. I can't think of any other ways to sort of improve this base. It has everything you need. It has everything you need for breeding. You do need to put the hatchery down, but you can basically put that anywhere. There's another feature I do need to show you, which is up here. And at night time, there's 3 hatcheries there, 3 egg incubators. And they glow because there's eggs in each. So if you put eggs in these, they sort of have this warm golden glow. Thank you to Prime for that suggestion. And that looks beautiful at night time, especially with the sort of lighting up that tree. This base is not really artificially lit so much. In the other bases I have had, they're being lit with like lampposts, hey buddy, absolutely everywhere. But this one has got a lot of these lights. And also at night time, this kitchen over here has this light up here. It's quite subtle, and they're all sort of proximity lights. So it'll stay dark until you get sort of closer to it, and then it'll turn on. Sensor light, yes. So that's this base. It's beautiful, and I think I could do a little bit more with it. It depends on what you like, it depends on if you want more like you might like the farmyard type of drip to things. You might like to have more, I would like to have personally more mines, so you can switch things out. So if you don't need big production lines, you can easily just take all these walls out, put some mines along here, for example. You can go up here, you can make another a roof, make another staircase to go up to the roof, and put some more things up there if you want. Right up on the roof there's skill fruit trees. I just like to look at them, I don't actually use them here. So I just think that looks nice. And over here there's another one, just again that sort of balance, let them grow. And they'll water them from wherever they are too. They don't need to be standing on top of them to water them. And there's all those stone lanterns on top of there that just gives some dimension to it too. And there's a lot of sort of depth and textures across all the buildings, whether they be the awning type of things or whether they be the vines, for example. There's a lot more that you can do with it. You could put a lot of benches around the place, for example. You could scatter them along there and have lanterns on there along here too. One of the main features with this build is the half walls. There's a tutorial on the channel for that too, without using mods. So watch the half wall tutorial if I'm not up to making the whole big tutorial for this, but that's there. We don't actually need this. What the hell is this thing doing here? A sneaky floor there, but it's a lovely build. Let's just jump onto Dragon and take off. But that is it. And these beautiful big triangular roofs that kind of make, originally my plan was to have this triple hexolite or as like a Zen garden. I've got at the moment the Astegons mining only the ore, because I wanted you to see the triple hexolite. So now we can just move them over to off that. We'll take them off it, and then they'll just go do whatever they want over there. So they go nuts, and that respawns very quickly. It respawns successfully too. You could put just a chest down here if you wanted to. I like to use these ones. Not we have any ingots left. And that just means that they can just run and dump them right away. But make sure that you have some pals that have that transportation on, unless you're looking for the honey drip that goes on upstairs. And that's the fun part, is just seeing how much honey these bees do drop. But remember, when you walk through it, they're just gonna suck it up like a vacuum. So all the beds are scattered throughout the place too. It's just a very beautiful build, and a lot more in depth than what I planned, but that's usually the way that it goes. But just how everything is, symmetrical to some degree and centered is just very nice. So I hope you like this one. A lot more coming your way, a lot more other content. If you love building things and customizing things, skill trees, I have you covered. I love and leave you. Again, check the channel out for all the other tutorials and tours. I think you'll very much love it. Until next time, have a lovely day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time.